thoughts for loved ones of someone who's struggling? I think the first thought is that if you're feeling really burnt out, like this is really freaking difficult, that's normal. I know that's hard, it's difficult. My mom and dad used to say that, my dad would say that his role is way harder because he had to watch me struggling, and he couldn't do anything about it. So I think sometimes the parents, maybe it's harder or equally as hard or still very hard, right? Parents, for siblings, it can be really tough. Everybody responds differently, but it's not easy for them to see their sibling like that. Friends, right? It can be tough on the friends, seeing their friends struggling. So if you're feeling burned out, like it's really difficult, just know that's normal and you're in good company. Everybody experiences that, and it is hard. It is hard. The next thing that I think that I would say is just do your best. Doing your best, what does that mean, right? I think it means being there for that person, physically there for them in person, listening to them, caring for them, doing activities with them if they can handle it, doing fun things with them if they can handle it. Just thinking of whatever you can do to support them. I think that people in those places, just physically being with someone and being listened to and being in their company is really helpful. Because they're feeling alone and they're really struggling. So just doing your best to physically be there, I think is very, very helpful. And that also, sometimes they're able to get away from their thoughts and do fun things, So doing your best to be there for them. Says struggling, understanding that that person is really struggling, that it might sound like they're just being so negative and everything they say is negative, or they might seem like they're just so obsessed with themselves, they only want to talk about themselves. Just try to be as patient with them as you can. They're not trying to be obsessed with themselves, and they're not trying to be any type of negative way. They're just really struggling and trying to make it out of their head, and their head is a very dark place to be. And then the last thing I want to include here is to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself. So I think a lot of times loved ones of someone who's struggling, they can feel burned out, right? So maybe you might want to have a therapist, just someone that you can vent to because you're having this person vent to you. You want to take care of your own eating, sleeping, working out, grooming, and self-presentation. You want to have your own things that you love and your own other friends, and you want to make sure that you're trying to keep your own life in order, right? So taking care of yourself for yourself and for that other person. If you're not taking care of any of your own needs and own things, then you're going to get really burned out, and then it's going to be harder for you to be there for that person, and then you're going to get annoyed by them. So just expecting that it's going to be tough, doing your best to be there for that person, understand that person's really struggling. They don't mean to be, monopolizing the conversation or whatever, even though they might be doing that, and doing what you need to do to take care of yourself during this time, because it's going to be tough for you too, and you want to make sure that you're doing that. So those are some of the thoughts I have for loved ones.